The tears of a charismatic and hopeful child end up triggering the fury of one of the pirate king's right-hand men. Someone who may hold the key to defeating regeneration itself. Oda draws a brilliant parallel between Gaban and Rayleigh, showing us a path to a new level of power. One Piece chapter 1148 is here to boost the hype around the man himself. Scopper, Gaban. Let's break it all down and theorize about this insane new manga chapter. So let's go. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about this insane chapter, but before we dive in, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss anything. All right, let's get into it, and stick around until the end because I'll show you the genius behind Oda's final page, which is truly incredible. But first, let's start from the beginning. Two more characters officially join Luffy's fleet. Page 1 and Ulti have now teamed up with Yamato on her journey, becoming her first scabbards. So Yamato no longer needs to babysit anyone. Speed and Otama now go with Raizo. Good call, Yamato. Her next destination is Hakumai, where she'll deliver the Kappa hat to Kawamatsu. Let's hope she has a strong crew by the end of this cover story, because Blackbeard is probably showing up soon. Now let's talk about the chapter itself. It opens with one of the children changing direction and running toward a cliff. This is Ronya, and it's Gunko who's forcing her to do it. Why? Ronya is meant to be the first child used as an example to force Elbaf's total surrender. Even with her optimism, and I still wonder why Oda gave each child such unique personalities, Ronya, who gives the chapter its title, becomes the central point of threat from the Holy Knights. That's the time Sommers gives Ja Rule to fulfill his conditions. 1. Burn the schools. 2. Burn the entire library, every book. 3. Surrender to the world government. Thank God those 30 seconds didn't turn into Namek's 5 minutes. The countdown does end this chapter. Woo. Ja Rule, of course, refuses, and if anyone was suspicious of him possibly betraying Elbaf, this chapter likely eases those doubts. Naturally, a heated debate breaks out among the giants, since there's no king to make the final decision. Some say they should never surrender to Sommers. Others argue that the children's lives matter more than pride. While the giants argue, trying to make this impossible choice, Nami steps in, trying to pull a classic talk no jutsu move, begging Sommers to stop. But these holy knights are worse than criminals. Even Nami says not even the worst criminals would use children as hostages, though maybe she forgot Caesar Clown literally drugged kids for his experiments. Sommers, of course, ignores her completely. Now here comes Robin's moment to shine. Saying she can't hide anymore, she launches her attack. Seis Fleur, Craspedia! A massive slap to Sommers' chin, launching him through the air, then she follows up with Cuatro Manos Clutch! She tries to snap Sommers' neck. And it's not the first time a Holy Knight gets taken by surprise. Gunko was hit hard by Usopp just a few chapters ago, so maybe they don't have observation Haki. Could it be that their regeneration made them neglect that kind of training? If so, that puts them below top-tier level. Another important reflection here. After this chapter, many now rank Robin as the fourth strongest Straw Hat behind Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, even above Jinbe. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Anyway, Sommers, of course, just pops his bones back into place and keeps going. But then, Robin grabs him and jumps off the cliff with him. Except, it was just a clone. The real Robin is sneaking off, trying to free the Straw Hats. Unfortunately, it seems they can't be untied without defeating Gunko, which clearly points to her upcoming defeat. Robin's efforts to eliminate Sommers' threat didn't fully work. He manages to stab into the cliff with his spikes, saving himself from the fall. Then comes the emotional core of the chapter. Ronya says burning the school and library would make people sad, and she learned never to do that. So she begs Ja Rule not to burn anything, and not to worry about her life. That moment breaks everyone, even suspected traitors like Anjay or Ja Rule himself, who, through tears, orders everything to be burned. And now, the most spectacular moment of the chapter. Sommers returns, traps Robin with his spikes, and prepares to strike her down viciously. Suddenly, something flashes and slashes Sommers' hand clean off. He looks down, shocked. It's not regenerating. And then, Scopper Gaban appears. He says, "It's been a long time." Then he strikes Sommers again, this time in the chest, as Sommers stares, frozen in pure disbelief. Let's take a moment here. Oda is a genius. He just perfectly recreated the other hand of the Pirate King moment. Back when Rayleigh saved the Straw Hats, we had a nearly identical scene. An unbeatable force is about to take out a Straw Hat, and at the last second, one of Roger's hands appears, shutting it down. When Rayleigh saved Zoro from Kizaru, the scene was the same. A top-tier threat, Straw Hat's helpless. And then, boom, Haki is revealed to counter Elogia. And now it happens again. With the Straw Hats tied down and helpless, a Holy Knight is about to strike Robin. And then, Gaban arrives with lightning speed, slices off Sommers' hand, and proves his power can be countered. It's the mirror of Rayleigh's moment, and possibly we're seeing the introduction of a new type of Haki. Oda, you absolute genius. And then that line, "It's been a long time." I've said it before, I have a whole video where I explain that Gaban and Sommers probably knew each other from God Valley. That flashback is definitely coming, but we'll save that theory for another video where I'll even guess the date it starts. Now here are the questions that remain. Where did Gaban meet Sommers? How did he manage to wound a Holy Knight? Did Sommers permanently lose his hand? Or will it grow back? For me, chapter 1148 gets a 9 out of 10. A perfect cliffhanger for a pre-break chapter. Yes, we're now heading into a 1-week break, with the next official One Piece chapter dropping on May 18th. So tell me, what did you think of the chapter? What are your theories? Let's talk about it in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.